Okay, today, February 12th, we're gonna start a project. I'm gonna build a new smoker. I have some equipment here that I'm gonna be using for we're gonna be using these 3 air tanks. We're gonna cut them off, put them together, and then I'm gonna do a firebox with this vertical chamber right here. We're gonna remove from there and attach at the end of here. We're gonna do a firebox square end and see if that works out. We're gonna build a bigger stack at the end, set it in a better stand, and put some legs in there with some wheels. And we'll probably do 3 separate doors and get it all set up with probably 3 or 4 grills in there. We'll see what happens. Okay, so the first part will be to remove this chamber and all the accessories that it has on it and get it prep. I'm gonna have to seal some holes that I previously drilled through to hold the bars and the grills. So we're gonna have to seal some holes there, get it all sealed up and ready to go. So we'll see how far we get today. Okay, now we continue with the smoker. It took me a week to get back into it. Actually, my grinder switch on button got burned out, so I had to order a new one and then install it. Finally, I was able to do a little bit of work on it. I cut already the tank from the other smoker. So, okay, right there, it's already cut. Everything is off. I'm gonna pull it off and then we'll go from there. Okay, I was able to take the tank out. Now I'm gonna need to remove this sleeve that I put in, has an extension, and seal the hole already. I still have the previous pieces that cut from there, so I'm gonna put that piece back in there, and then that one I'm gonna put the round piece back in the hole, and then I need to seal all those little holes and the big hole over here because this is gonna be my firebox, and then I need to figure out the way I'm gonna put it on to match it with the 3 tanks. Okay, I finally got the tank off. I sealed the hole, welded the previous piece back on it. Not perfect, but it will do the job. And then I repainted and got it ready. Now we can start using this smoker while the other one's been ready. Now I can start working on this side. Like I explained before, I need to seal that hole. I do have the previous piece on that, and then start making a couple other pieces to cut and seal the biggest hole and the little one, the next and next. And that way I have this tank all sealed and ready for match up with other tanks. Okay, so I finally sealed most of the tank. I took the handles off. I over every single hole. I have a couple more to do right out there at the bottom, and then this side, but I think this is the side is gonna match with the other tank, which it should have a hole either way. And there's a few more things I need to do to it, and after that we'll be ready to match. I need to still weld the door. That will be the last step, and let's see where we're going next time. Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, March 5th. We're about to start a new day of working on the smoker. Last week I was able to finish not finish completely, but I did seal up a lot of the other tube that I'm using. And today I decided to move from right here where I was having all the tanks stuck to the corner of the house. There's a little more level and I can actually work easier and in a table. So today what we're gonna actually do will be already mark it off, and today we're gonna cut the tank. We're gonna cut half, one side on this one, and then in the other two I need to cut one both sides and the other one another one side, and then after that I'm gonna align it together, make sure they're level, and start tacking them together and maybe complete a weld. I don't think I'm gonna be able to complete cutting all 3 tanks today. Hopefully I do, but if not, I'll have a lot of progress going. But that's what we got so far today. I'll keep you updated on the progress, and then we'll move from there. Cool. I'll see you at the end. I just finished cutting one side. It didn't take me too long. I would say probably maybe 20 minutes. You can see in the video I did have to change the blade just right at the end. The little piece blade wasn't doing it to cut. It was a pretty straight cut. You can see it. Might be some places a little more going sideways, and it was kind of hard to see the line with all the sparks, but I figured that, you know, going upward was easier because I could see the line there, even though that the sparks were coming through. But you know, it's not too bad. I'm happy that it took me only 20 minutes. That means that I might be able to finish the other 2 tanks today. Yes, I might have to go stop by and get a couple more blades, but still, I should be able to complete this process today and get all the tanks completely cut and prepped for matching up. Okay, we'll keep going. I'll keep you updated. Okay, so I got all 3 tanks taken care of. They're all cut. I needed to do one side and one of the tanks. No, 2 tanks, only one side, and 1 tank was both sides. They're all cut. I thought it was gonna take me forever, but I got them done sooner. Now I just have them a little match tap right here together, and I will show you in a second. I had to go to the store, get a couple extra blades because I will run out of blades. And this second set of blades is better because it didn't wear out all the way. Before I was doing one side cut per blade. Now I was able to do one cut, no problem, and I had extra on the blade. So I'll show you right now how the matchup of the tanks look, and then we'll do some, I'm gonna see if I do some tacking here or over the table. I'm trying to find a ground level that everything will be on level, and that way I don't have to worry about later. That's all 3 tanks close to each other. They're not welded, their shoes close. I will do some welding, putting it together. Some spaces that I'll have a little more welding and trying to match it up better. Here at the end, we're gonna have to do another cut, kind of like a half moon cut to fit that tank on the end, and then right in the outside of that tank we'll build a firebox protection cover. So that will be the firebox, but it will be insulated. So we'll do a rectangular fire shell with some insulation in there. At the other end, we're gonna do an kind of like a window here at the end connecting to the exhaust pipe coming up. Then I was looking to the doors. I'm thinking probably gonna make 3 small doors. This whole thing I think is around 80 inches long. So I prefer to build 3 small doors than she's having to split up the door between 2 chambers and then having issues with the door not closing properly or anything like that. So I prefer to do separate doors. It's gonna look still the same, and at the same time, you know, if I had to access any of the 3 doors, it will be easier just to go direct to one door. I mean, while the other 2 are closed, keeping heat, and I only lose from one side. That will be the plan, and we'll keep working today and see how far we can get. Okay, so I just finished matching the edges of both tanks together. There was a little discrepancies between one of the tanks and the other one. So I matched them up. They are pretty close. I'm really comfortable with the proximity they have, and I'm gonna start tacking them with the welder. That way they stay together, and I'll weld the whole thing around. I'll show you right now in that matter. So here's the tanks again. Now they're really close. There's a little small gap between them, but it's okay. This one has a little more gap in the top, but it's fine. I'll close it off with the welding, and you will hardly ever see the space. I like a little bit of the fact that it's still a little light through, which means I'm gonna be able to fill that space with welding material. So here we go. We're gonna start welding, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, now you can see I had a couple tags in there that will help the tubes or the tanks to stay together. And what I'm gonna proceed to do now will be to start welding the whole tank around on the top and both, and then I'm gonna try to do my best turn it over, or maybe do it sideways. I'll see what I can manage to weld the rest of the tank. so finish welding the top part. I'm gonna clean it off in 1 second and I'll show you how it looks after cleanup. But the whole top, at least until I will say 3/4 down the way, so welded. I'm letting the tanks cool off for a minute, and then I'm gonna start cleaning it off and probably doing a little grinding. I'll show you in a few seconds. A little bit of cleanup. I remove all the burning from the welding, and in here I grind a little bit, just trying to get all the ridges out, make a little more smooth. I even like the other one without having to clean it off, looks a little more nicer. I finished welding all around the tanks. The bottom part too. All that's taken care of. Now I'm gonna flip the tanks over right side up, and then I'm gonna mark the middle and start drawing for the doors where they're gonna go. And I'll try to mark that up, get it all set up. I don't think I'm gonna complete cutting the doors today, but maybe I can get it all draw and ready for next time. Okay, I'll show you in a few minutes.